Okay, welcome to the process. My name is Dr. John Bush. This is for the Science of FantasyFootball.com. This is a continuation of my weekly consistency tool, my beta test, counts over median comms, and it's adjusted by games played last year or the year before, up actually 2014 to 2022. And we have been going top down in our research here, and we have arrived at 2023 ADPs and projections and comparing that to consistency. So if two players are ranked very close, you would think the consistency might be a good tiebreaker, whatnot. Make sure you keep your diary and see if this data, this metric actually helps. Again, you need to see my previous lessons here to catch up with where I'm at. I will proceed. This is my philosophy. You can check it out. I've already talked about it. This is an example of counts over median, what it's all about. You could see an example, theoretical example. And now, since we were proceeding top down, we have arrived at a new level. There's always a new level of metrics. And just, as I'm preaching here, I will say that metrics are a way to look at data in a different view. Okay? It should be a way to simplify as much as we can. With that said, just always remember that there are second order, third order interactions that you can't see in any kind of metric. I mean, that's why principal component analysis and some of those stats try to look at a global view of all variables working together, right? That's a systems approach. And for fantasy football, there's just not a lot of sample points to build that. I'm assuming there are models and simulations, Monte Carlo simulations and things that are out there. I'm sure, not sure if they're being presented. I'm sure there are data scientists out there doing that. It's kind of like I know they're out there, but I hadn't seen them. So that probably means they're definitely out there, right? Anyway, this is what I'm doing. This is the level I play. It doesn't mean that I think this is the final overlay of this metrics, this data. It's not. But this is where I'm going. This is the beta test, second year, just trying to see what all kind of works together here. So let me go over the definitions I'll be using at this level of my comm metrics. Position rank. This is the current, in quotes, late July, early August 2023, preseason player ranking within the position group. So this is not overall. This is wide receiver 1, 2, 3, exact. What the public thinks. ADP, that's the overall, everybody, where things rank. Comms, counts over median by games played in 2022 only. I understand you could look the last 3 years, 7 years, 9 years, whatever. I'm just using 2022. Again, if you look at my previous lessons, comm data is sticky. If you look at it in groups, and we've done an ANOVA testing and Tukey analysis of groups, and you can look at that. And so there is statistically tested aspects of this ranking. Okay, it's not guess. This is not I feel like. This is statistical analysis. It is what it is. The comm percent is sticky data. and it goes, it's predictive between years. I put it on a scale, so I call it scale com, from 0, worst, to 100. So every player is ranked high to low, and it's important for us to see that scale, because when I put other metrics on the same scale, it allows us to look across at all the metrics and kind of see where players fall. So I have something called positional ADP scaled value, SV, and again, 1 to 100. So what does the public think? So here's my com data scaled. What does the public rank or think scaled? And then my fantasy football projections of points for 2023 scaled. In other words, are players predicted to get a lot of points at, across the season or not? Okay. And then finally, I look at my scaled com compared to the scaled ADP. And then I look at my scaled com versus projections. And I look to see, and there's where the values pop. In other words, a highly consistent player that is not thought very highly by ADP is worthy of a look. We're trying to find that. We're not trying to find what everybody else knows. I mean, this will catch that, but we're looking for something else, and projections as well, another way to slice and dice this. So at the end of the day, this approach allows us to look at things a little different. Any kind of way that's statistically significant that allows us to look at things a little different gives us that overall edge. That's why we're beta testing. Is there a real edge? Can it really affect my success? I mean, that's why I'm doing this, right? I'm not putting everything in this basket, but I am going to test it. I mean, that's the whole point of the scientific process, right? You have a question. Question is this accounts over median, does it help us win more, right? Yes or no? And previously, the question was, is counts over median a sticky metric? In other words, is it predictive? We've answered that question. Yes, for all positions. Quarterback, running back, tight end, and wide receiver. So that is a great step right there. We couldn't be here without knowing that it wasn't sticky. Okay? So you need to think about that. Maybe stop, re-listen to what I just said. But the two ones that are really going to highlight things are the com versus ADP and the com versus projections. That should illuminate overlay players, so-called sleepers, who are not as valued as they should be. The public is missing that, right? So you're trying to beat your league mates, but you're trying to beat the public as well. Okay. That is the setup. So again, I don't know how far I'll get, but let's do quarterbacks, and then we will proceed as far as we need to go down. Okay, so here's an example. Oh, I'm sorry, this is wide receivers. Okay, we'll do wide receivers. See, I don't even remember. Wide receivers here. And again, position rank, ADP rank, player, position, team, their bye week, com percent, scaled com, scaled public ranking, SV, and scaled projections, and then the subtraction that illuminates kind of overlay players. Okay, so let's go through Justin Jefferson, number 1 ranked, ADP 1.3, highly thought of this year. His com was 70%. That means 70% of his games in 2023 were above median, which is 13 fantasy points. Okay, 70, what is that, 16, what is that, 40, 11, 12 games. So even he, the best one, only missed 5 games. So you'll find that quarterbacks and whatnot tend to be pretty higher than that. So that's just a little bit concerning. If you scale it, that's about 80% on the scale of 0 to 100. Not bad, but is that worth the top pick? The public says yes, 100%, 100, yes, top pick. The projections, top pick. So, projections and public say top, com says 80%. If you subtract that, you see it's 20% down, and projections. So, is he worth a top pick? I'm just saying, there's no value there. He's not a bargain. Jamar Chase, 66% com. But yet he's seen number 2. Again, nothing here. Does that mean don't take him? No, but I just don't, there's no value there, you know. Cooper Kupp's interesting. Can Stanford deliver? Last year, Cooper delivered 89%, 198 and 95. So he is a little bit of value. Notice it's not great value, but a little bit. And the projections a little bit. Tyreek Hill, same thing. I'm just kind of skipping through value here. Diggs is a little value on projections. So is Brown. So the issues are Lamb, Chase, and Jefferson seem to be the ones that are not as much of value as some of the others. Okay, we'll do beta tests. We'll see. Is this a real look or not? To me, as a beta test, this tells me I need to be damn sure about Lamb, Chase, and Jefferson. Do I really want that? Is there what's the worst case scenario? What's going to stop them from being the 1, 2, or 6? That's just my question. Again, and so I divided by tiers. Okay, the next tiers are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nobody is jumping out. In fact, Wilson, Waddle, and Olave tend to be the worst in this tier. They're kind of not a bargain at all. The best of this group, and it's not a great bargain, not even close, is Amon St. Brown. Okay. The next, Smith and Higgins, have a little bit going for them. Not a lot, but a little as far as projections. 17, 18, 19, 20. Again, Ridley and Samuel are of concern. Judy, actually, as far as projections, is one of the best in this rank. Keenan Allen is okay as well. So at this point, so Amon St. Brown, as far as if we look at projections, he seems to be right on point here. So does Metcalf, Allen, and Judy's in the top 20 wide receivers. Those guys jump out as something to be highly considered and might be a bargain. At least that's the idea. Hopkins is a positive. Lockett's a strong positive. Look at this one, plus 22. Of the top 42 wide receivers, Tyler is a screaming value, folks. Okay, that almost says you definitely want to grab him. Hopkins might be a good one as well. Just he ends up on Tennessee. Okay, so he didn't do too bad at Arizona, 77. You see, look at that. Lockett, 75. So if you look at everybody else, look at the COM values here. Those guys jump out at me. Okay, it's very, very intriguing. I'm going to be looking hard at those, maybe to collect those. Okay. Dodson, a little bit here, the third in this group. Deeper still, Michael Thomas could deliver. His COM value was better than a lot of the, in fact, way better than a lot of these. And you can see, who's who, what's what. The best one, Lazard and Schuster, could be as far as projections in Bateman. Okay. Getting deeper still, Isaiah Hodgins is intriguing. Rondale Moore is intriguing. So they kind of jump out at you. Slayton's intriguing. Greg Dorsh's intriguing. Marvin Mims. Hardman. Puka is intriguing. And at this point, what happens is almost everybody's intriguing because they don't cost you anything. So look at the comms here. Robinson, Palmer, Ritchie, Davis, Reynolds, Hollins. These catch my attention because they're in the 30 percentile. Those are all, I guess, sleeper targets. Very intriguing people. I've in best ball, I've been taking Palmer all day long. James on occasion. Hollins on occasion. Just whoever was available in my last, pick or two. These are some good ones to pick. Okay. So I think we will stop here, 17 minutes, and we'll have our wide receiver lessons here. And I guess I need to change the thing to wide receivers. Okay, come back. We're having fun. Woo woo.